My name's Michael, and today we're gonna not only make it happen for you, but I'm gonna give you some of the playbook that I use to get to where I am today. So stay tuned. This is gonna be an interesting video for sure. So let's get started. Now, I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my life as it is already, and I'm only 24. But it's now time for me to take that next step and to start teaching others and passing along that knowledge to help others get through what I struggled with as well. So where did it all start for me? Well, it started when I went to Lethbridge College for 4 years. 2 years for natural resource compliance and 2 years for conservation enforcement. I didn't know where I wanted to go in my life per se in that moment, and my father kind of took me and went, "Whoop, you're going there." So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Because you're 18. What any better do you know? Do not recommend that for sure. One thing I neglected was within that first year, the second semester, I knew that program was not for me already, but I told myself to stick it out and go through it and see what happens. That's the first advice that I would like to pass on to you guys is if you notice something's not right or you get a gut feeling that something needs to change or this is not for you, stop. Like, sit down for a second, take a minute, write down what's the issue. I'm not feeling this program is right for me. Start writing out your whys. Why am I feeling this way? Why may it not be the right program? Is it teachers? Is it myself? Is it my beliefs? Is it the course content? Is it the environment I'm in? Find that root cause as soon as possible to redirect yourself. Don't just be like, I'm just going to push it off and continue. That will waste a lot of your own time and your own resources, money as well, especially for university or colleges nowadays. It's not worth it. If you start feeling that, sit down, write it out. Typing it, great, do it. But there's so much evidence nowadays out there that if you write it, you see it, you visualize it, you feel it, you can see it, you can picture it, and you remember it as well a lot better. You can perceive it so much clearer. So first, write it down, what's going on, stuff like that. So I ended up doing all 4 years at the college. Some of it was fun. I was on the men's soccer team, which we ended up winning first time ever for the college provincial championships. Huge thing, but besides the point. Had some fun at the college, but needless to say, there was a lot of me ignoring what I really felt and what I knew to be true. So I recommend if anybody gets a gut feeling of something's wrong or you have a thought in your head saying this is not right for me or something's not going well, stop for a second, take that time to reflect because it will save you lots of time and money and resources and doing something that's going to take you way off your path. Like, please, just reflect. So from there, COVID happened, so I had to go back to Manitoba. I never wanted to return to begin with. A lot of issues there for myself, horrible environment for me to be in, stuff like that, which can get onto later. But so I did my last 2 years all online. The fourth year of college was working for the Manitoba government, conservation. I was a park patrol officer. Fun job, but like like saying, at the start of first or second semester, first year, I had those issues of being like, this is not for me. So what do you imagine? Me getting put in that work environment, how do you think that's gonna go? You think that's gonna go positive? No. That's where it goes back to. If you realize an issue, stop, think, and reflect. It will save you time. It could have saved me 3 years of schooling for no reason and working a job that I know would have not benefited myself or helped me go down the actual road I needed to. It's as some people put it, as a woman in a red dress, just the distracting factor that takes you down the wrong path without you realizing it because you didn't take that time to stop, think, and reflect. So do that for sure. But overall, yeah, conservation, worked park patrol officer for summer season. Well, I loved the job per se, but had a shitty boss. Every day, hated myself working there. Was not what in the environment I needed to be in. Was not the job I wanted to do. I know for a fact I wanted to help people. I just didn't know how to. Conservation, being a police officer, not the way I wanted to help others. But some of the cool things that I'll share with you guys and overlap the video here a bit is some days waking up to a helicopter landing about, I don't know, a couple hundred feet away from your house, or going on a lake and not knowing where you're going, looking for illegal campers and hoping you just don't hit a rock and destroy your boat. But yeah, so some of the fun things. Anyways, back to the story and the journey. So working for conservation, no. That all could have been saved, like I said, years in advance. So listen. Listen to yourself, listen to your environment, and if you notice something, start taking those small steps to help yourself in the long run and in the short run too. After working for the Manitoba government, came home back to Winnipeg, worked until the end of October. From there, I didn't do a heck of a lot. I knew working for the Manitoba government I did not want to do again. So that's where I took my first step, was I don't want to do that. But another issue which I neglected was, instead of proactively coming up with solutions or a plan even, or goals to guide me to that right path, I just threw it to the side. Come May, it brought on so much stress because I threw it to the side, still wasn't listening to myself. And it came to the summer where either I worked for the government or worked in construction for my uncle. I definitely did not want to go back to the Manitoba government, so I chose the construction. Told myself I never, ever wanted to work construction, but I delayed action for so long that I only gave myself two options, and two options only. So take action early, especially when you realize there's an issue. Once again, saving yourself time, money, resources, and helping you get back on that path that you need to be on. So I worked construction for a company called Pt.1 with my uncle for the summer. Was all gung-ho about it for about a couple months. After that, I'm like, the hell with this job. Definitely not who I am, who I want to be, the money I want to make. Once again, I wasn't even helping people. So like, how does that even align to who I am? But stuck it out. Worked that job until November, beginning of November, I think it was, or end of October, somewhere in there. Needless to say, it was freaking cold and snow when I was working, and pushing geotextile in the snow and cold in winter, not fun. But anyways, lesson learned: don't do that unless you like it. But anyways, after word construction, I finally learned that action needs to be taken or nothing freaking happens. So I needed to change. What did I do? I'm like, gotta get out of Manitoba. I like business for sure. That's something I figured out by detailing. Went down to Atlanta to get trained by an individual who taught us how to paint correct properly, or do paint correction properly. Also ceramic coating. I'll show some pictures, but this guy's worked on, well, he couldn't tell us who it was, but he hinted at an individual called Floyd Mayweather, his two Bugattis. And if you guys remember Mercedes-Benz I think it was silver or gray, Mercedes-Benz in Need for Speed, the movie. He also worked on that car as well. Fun fact, that car was actually white, and I'll show the picture right here. But anyway, so yeah, trying to start up a detailing business was one thing I enjoyed and realized to myself that I like business, and that, come to think of it, experimenting and trying new things and doing those action items can really help individuals find who they are, what they want to do, where they want to be, where they want to go. So try something small. It doesn't have to mean that you have to pour thousands of dollars into it or hundreds of dollars into it. Go out there, try it. Yeah, it's going to be scary. Yeah, you're going to get pushed. You're pushing yourself out of the boundary, your comfort zone. But that's the point. The point being that you're not going to learn, grow, and improve if you stay in your comfort zone. And you get out of it, you'll come to realize there's a lot more in this world than just four walls, per se. So, applied for a whole bunch of schools after construction from November to December. After that, well, in November I also started to go to the gym every day. Tried to lose weight, cut all the pop, all the crap out of my life to start bringing myself clarity. One thing I did notice once I started, or once I dropped most of my sugars, is apparently my senses heightened. So smell, touch, taste, all heightened. So that was something that was very, very cool. But come January, and this is in 22, was January 2023 actually, was I need to continue to work on myself to get to where I need to go, because where I was is not who I wanted to become. So from there, I made a plan to attend all the seminars that I could that aligned to myself, watched and Googled people that are in the position where I need to go and what they did to get to where they needed. Learn from them, teach people, just gain a shit ton of knowledge in a wide variety of areas to figure out who I am. And that's where I learned the power of setting goals and helping guide yourself where you want to go. So kind of a last piece of advice before I end this one and start the next series, episode 2 of the challenge, is goals. Have 3 types. And this is what I did and I would like to pass on is 10-year goals, 1-year goals, and monthly goals. The 10-year goals is long-term. Who do you want to become? Where do you want to go in life or in the next 10 years? Who do you want to become in the next 10 years? Who do you want to surround yourself with the next 10 years? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in a different city? Do you want to be in a different country? Do you want to be in a different house? Do you want to surround yourself with different people? Do you want to try and hit a financial goal? Do you want to improve on yourself? So 10-year goals. From there, the 1-year goals complement that in the sense breaking it down. So, for example, myself, $100 million in reoccurring revenue, difficult. Well, how do you break that down to 1-year goals? What does that look like? Does that look like, for yourself, creating multiple businesses? Finding a different job that pays higher, but then you got to look also, do you need to upskill? Okay, well, how do you upskill? Then that further defines your 1-year goals. From your 1-year goals, you have your monthly goals. Your monthly goals complement your yearly goals. So, for example, like I said, do you need to upskill? Okay, well, what skills do you need to gain? And where are you going to find these skills? So your monthly goals might start off being, okay, I need this, this, and this to upgrade my skills, upgrade my knowledge. Where do I find them? So have a goal. I'm looking for this, this, and this type of skill. Let's research and find where I can achieve these, and not achieve, but more of find this knowledge and resources to help me out in the long term. Make that 1 month goal. Okay, next goal. Learn this skill and this skill in this month. Maybe go ahead and start creating my own different projects to show my experience in that and help me improve to reach my yearly goal. Stuff like that. Small steps over time add up to be magnificent. The small things is huge. And one individual specifically, I watched Stephen Bartlett. He recommends to sweat the small things, and he uses multiple examples. And feel free to look him up and watch some of his videos. Another wonderful guy to watch. But sweat the small things, and they will start to add up over time. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. We're going to start up our next video, so keep your eye out for episode number 2. In there, I'm going to cover from my 2nd year into construction to basically where I am now and what I did to take those goals and my experiences in different areas to where I am now, and how what can they do for you to help you make it happen. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll continue making it happen for you. Okay, talk to you soon, guys.